All right, hello everybody. I'm Keith Jones. I'm going to be sharing some information with you today on how to well, 2 weeks ago we started out with finding land. Last week we went over evaluating land, making sure you had something you can work with, making sure it's something that is worth buying and selling. So I'm going to proceed and share my screen. We're going to look at man, this thing is grainy. Hopefully you all seeing me a little better than I'm looking at myself. So I'm going to do a shared screen. And we're going to let's go to Zillow. What I'm going to do on Zillow is before I started this Zoom today, I was about to look at some areas in Cobb County, Georgia. So this is what I'm going to do here. Cobb County, Georgia. I want to see what land is selling for in Cobb County, Georgia. Show you how to use some of these free tools. So let's start out with seeing what's for sale in Cobb County, Georgia. Let's see, for sale. We got it. We'll hit apply. Then we're going to look at the land type.
Hello.
Land and infill lots. Can you hear me, Sharon? How you doing?
Good. I couldn't get in. I'm fine.
All right, I'm here. I'm going over. We're looking at Cobb County right now. I'm looking at what's for sale in Cobb County. I want to start doing some pricing. Were you able to? Did you bring a lead for us to review today?
Well, I looked at three lots. We could look at them after you finish.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to do this real quick, and then I want to give you your attention since you're here. All right. So this is what I look at when I'm looking at land in any county, any state. It says here 14 lots for sale, which is depending on how long these lots stay on the and what we'll do is this one's been on for 27 days. This one's been on for 120 days. 17 acres, they're asking 375. 10 acres, they're asking almost $1 million. So what we're going to do is just get an idea why such a wide variance. This one's 7 acres larger than the one they're asking $1 million for. But let's start with the one that's been on the market for 17 days. Okay, they're asking 375,000. It's been on the market for 17 acres. Let's take a look at the land first. It's now 9 pictures. Let's get an idea what's going on with this land. And then I can start helping you understand why or why I wouldn't. Now, looking at this land right here,
Shape.
it's basically landlocked.
Oh,
There's a road here, but because this is a major expressway, you cannot enter private land from this road. This is so let's get a closer look because it looks like it's potentially landlocked. Although there's railroad tracks on the back of it. There's railroad on the back. You can see that. See that? That's railroad. Now, this could potentially be, it's showing here that it has access to some road. So what we're going to do is go back and we're going to read what they have to say about this land.
I didn't think it's landlocked because I saw that highway there, but maybe it looks close, but maybe it's not.
Right. So this is what we got to find out. If
There's a
if this,
gap.
if this part of land belongs to someone else, then it's landlocked because you have to cross someone's land to access it. But let's read here what it says. This is how we get to find out. Explore potential, 17 acres, Fountain Road, Cobb County, development, investment, 5 acres, ensure natural environment. It doesn't say anything about having road frontage.
That's Tennessee?
No, this is Cobb County, Georgia.
Oh, Georgia.
So what I'm gonna do now, I want to see if it states that it has road frontage. If I was selling some land and I wanted to be clear, I wanted to move fast, I would state how much road frontage it has. I would not want my potential buyers to have to guess. So, and I don't see anything that says road frontage. It says nothing about having access to road frontage. So, I mean, it's
Okay, look, this is the
so with this one, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I was a buyer and I'm looking in this area, I would pass on. I would just move on from this property just because I'm thinking they're trying to hide something.
yes.
I mean,
Can you
yeah.
look at over on the road? Can you look on Google Earth or something? Is this Google Earth?
Well, this is just as good as where we are right now. As you can see, I'm over. This is an overhead look, and it does. Let's click and see what we got here. If it takes it any closer.
This says off market.
Yeah, that's what we want. That's what, that's fine. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, this is a different piece of land. 27 on the market, 27 days. Again, realistically, I would pass on this just because they're not clear. If this was part of the road frontage, I would have it in my listing so I could help a potential buyer make up their mind from just looking at this. So for me, I'd pass, I'd move on to another one. So these are the same ones. The one that was on there before seemed to be gone. There was only 4 in the area. Now it's showing 3. Something must have sold while we were looking.
So Keith, when we are searching for the land, the homework, we were to search from Zillow or LandWatch.
Well, you start with LandWatch to find which areas are the most activity. And then you go to Zillow, to find narrow down the zip code or the city or the state.
So when we are buying from Zillow or putting on contract, we are not buying at wholesale.
Could you repeat that? I can barely hear you.
No, I said when we are buying from Zillow or putting it or wholesaling, we are not buying at wholesale price.
Correct. We're just using Zillow as an exercise, but I can show you how to, and one of the things I was going to do earlier today, but I got tied up in so many things. I was going to start doing some cold calling of real estate agents with land that's been on the market for quite a while. One of the things about the area we're looking at now, which is Cobb County, Georgia is basically a hot area. So that's why you're not seeing, let's see what's for sale. Those are let's see what's sold. Let's look and see what's sold in Cobb County. 5 sold, 3 for sale. This is a hot area. If we could come across more properties in an area like this, they would. Let me see how long they stay on the market. This one sold. It was 17 acres sold for 275,000. Let's see how long it stayed on the market. This one was listed in February.
4 months.
Went under contract February, March,
Oh,
April. Went under contract in March. I mean April, and it closed.
2 months
Just closed.
later. But the price went
No,
down.
you
Like,
know what? No, this is 2024. But long story short, it didn't it didn't stay on the market long when it did, because that's Cobb County. Things sell real fast there. Now, they started the asking price was 350 and it sold at 275.
yeah.
But Cobb County, they won't stay on the market very long. It's a pretty
What cities come under Cobb County? It's like Savannah, Georgia, and all of that.
no, this particular lot is in Mableton, Georgia. It says it right there. Mableton, Georgia, which is Cobb County.
Okay.
This one says 26 days on Zillow, but it should be, because this is, let's take a look at this.
One point 4 billion.
This is 11.39 acres. They're asking a premium price.
That's too much.
Well, let's do this. You have a calculator?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Divide 1,400,000 by 11.39. They're practically asking $100,000, more than $100,000 per acre.
122,000.
Mhm.
Let's say 123,000 because it's 122,900.
So in an area like this,
Yes.
yeah, 100, yeah. In an area like this, the houses need to be selling for well over $1 million. Well, this one's going to be on the market for quite a while, because the price is just way too high,
Exorbitant.
and I don't see it having road access to road. Okay, here's road frontage over here, and here's road frontage on the back, which is a good thing. That's good. The only problem is this is actually just right here is the road frontage. These are someone else's houses and land, so they got to build all around here. So you got road frontage here, road frontage there, you got road frontage here. So, how many houses can be built on this with that type of with the way it's chopped up is going to be the concern now. Just look at the land. Look like it's a little slopey, some flat areas. Yeah, some slope to it. There's a creek. Okay. This one, I would pass on, mainly for the price. It's just way too expensive. For 11.39 acres, it was way too expensive.
There will be no skin in the game for us.
No. Well, what I'm doing now is just kind of showing you how to look at land. We're gonna, in a minute, give me another 5 minutes. I'm gonna start looking at land that we could potentially look at or we can make cold calls to real estate agents. And what we're looking for is that a land that's been on the market for 90 days or more. So let's go back. Let's start there. Let's do that. I'm going to choose another county because it's obviously here in Cobb. Let's look at you probably won't find much land. I'm gonna look at Douglas County, Georgia. I'm trying to find a county where the land would stay on the market a little bit longer. Douglas County is not going to be one of those if the price is right. I mean, Cobb County is not going to be one of those if the price is right. Douglasville, Douglas, Georgia.
I guess you have to type in county.
County, Douglas, D-O-U-G. Douglas County. All right, let's go to Douglas County, Georgia. As you can see, there's 50 that's sold. Let's see how many is for sale. 37 for sale. This one's been on the market 120 days, 69 days.
Wait a second. How do you know how many days it's on the market?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? I'm turning up my thing. Can you hear me any better?
A little bit better. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. How do you know how many days it's on the market?
It's right there. That's why I'm
it's
asking
right there. Yes, 120 days. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking if you can see the screen. Yep, that's how long this one's been on the market. And it's 11 acres for $138,000. This one's been on the market for 69 days. It's 12 acres for $199,000. The difference is in Douglas County is not as popular as Cobb County, but it is decent county.
Yes.
11 acres. Apparently, most of these are selling for about $10,000 an acre.
Yes.
199,000, 10 acres, 10.66. 11 acres, 190.
But look at the shape of these land here. The one with that says strong, network of trails. Would you buy that?
Let's click on it and take a closer look. The first thing I look for is road frontage. This looks like it has some road frontage, but because of the amount of road frontage, it makes me wonder. You could probably only build one house there. But let's look at the rest of the pictures. It's 50 pictures. The reason I'm believing you can only build about one house. You see how much land it is back here?
Yeah.
And you see how tiny the road frontage is over there? What you got to remember is that if you built more than one house, plus looks like it's a hill right here. If you built more than one house back here, this is an exit. This is the only exit for if you couldn't build a subdivision back here because no one will be able to, they can't get out. You got to have enough road frontage for people coming in and going out at the same time. Because if they live in the subdivision, they could work and go to school and whatever they have to do coming in and out at the same time. There's not enough road frontage for that. This is the road frontage, and this is a huge subdivision. Let's see, 28 acres. 28 acres, you probably have to have a minimum of 1,000 feet of road frontage. This is probably 100 if you're lucky. You need road frontage from this corner to this corner to make it usable to build more than one house. That makes sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So obviously there's only been one house on this land, in a farm, in a barn, and what have you. So if this was, and the price is way too high for it to have that, I mean, think about it. Whoever buys this land is only going to be able to put one house on it. So they're going to have to build a house their dream home, because only they can enter and exit.
On 28 acres, one house. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, there are people who like that type of, space. There is 28 acres. I looked at excuse me. I looked at some land about this time last year. Older gentleman here in Clayton County, Georgia, him and his wife lived on 25 acres. He was in his 70s and ready to sell. Just so honest, it was really sad, but he actually passed away before he can get the land sold. He had a stroke and passed away. So the next time we reached back out to the family, we had found out he had passed away. So I don't know what they ever did with the land, but it was 25 acres they had been living on for a long time. So you just never know. There might be
Okay.
somebody for it, but at that price, in fact, I'm trying to think. He was trying to sell his for $1 million at the time. But this one would not be a good candidate because it does not have a good road frontage. So let's move on. Let's find something that we could potentially this this that we can make some offers on that's been on the market, but it still makes sense. This one, I'm gonna tell you, let's click on this one. Now, this is 24 acres for 399,000. Let's divide 395,000. Let's divide it by 24.79. See what we got.
Hold on. 395,000 divided by how much?
It's 24. Hold on. It's 24.79 acres. We want to know what they're asking per acre,
15,009. I would say 16,000.
which is not bad. Now, what we're gonna do here, I'm looking for the road frontage. This one look like it might have some decent road frontage because this is a road right here and it's coming all the way up. Let's take a look at all 11 of the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the main problem with this one is the pictures aren't very good at all. Again, this looks like this a road right here, but they're not trying to get this into the picture. You see the road right here. This is street, but they're
Yes.
not. Is the angle that the real estate agents use just not helping the seller at all? You know, 'cause I can't tell. I would, if I was the real estate agent, I would have had a picture from this side and this side showing
There's a little red thing to the right up there. What is that?
a red thing
Like a barn, like a little building?
over here.
Yes.
Well, that don't matter because it doesn't belong to this land. This is the land right here that we're interested in.
Oh, yes,
Only
yes.
what's within the markings. We don't care about anything. Only thing we care about outside the markings is does it have access to the road? And it seems like it does, but I don't want to have to guess. And that's what makes this real estate agent who listed this not very good. They just aren't very good pictures at all. So, but let's go here. If it had as much road frontage, now this isn't a road, a dirt road, but it's not a county road. So we're only interested in land that has access to county roads. Because if we're going to try to wholesale it to an end buyer, we want to make it as easy for them as possible to make a decision.
Yes.
So let's move on from that one. That's not a good one either. It's just the listening. The price is decent. You know what? Let's do something else. You said the price was they're asking 15,000 per acre.
15,009. That's 16,000.
Okay, let's just say 16,000. What we want to do now is I want to go back and find out what land is selling for per acre in this area. So we're going to go back to I'm going to open up another page, and we're going to go back to Zillow.
The sold.
Okay, stop sharing. New share. It says new share.
Well, it's not sharing Zillow, but I can see what you're sharing, Yahoo.
Yeah, I need to go back to. I want to go back. I want to go do another Zillow. Open up another Zillow app. Page. I may have to go back to the first one. Okay. Land watch. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just go back. We're gonna use the same page on Zillow. I want to go find out what land is selling for per acre in the same area. All right, so here we are. This will work. I'm going to we already know what is for sale. What I'm going to do now is choose the amount of acreage to look at. Okay. So we're only interested in now what we're doing now is a filter. This is your filter in Zillow. You
Yes,
see that right there where it says
yes,
more?
yes. I know how to
Okay.
do that. Yes.
That's a filter.
So
So
you can deselect those and just select what you want
mm-hmm.
and then apply.
Mm-hmm. What I'm going to do now is select lot size. We want to see what lots are selling for from
10 to 50.
1 acre
Yeah.
to 5 acres. Let's see what 1 to 5 acre lots are selling for in this area. Apply. Looks like none for 1 to 5 acres. So let's go back and go and see what else we can do.
Change it to 10.
Let's go
2 acres to 10
2 to
acres.
10 acres. None of them. Let's go 5 to, let's see.
1 to 20.
Okay, 5 to 10. We got some 5 to 10 acres. So let's look at the 5 to 10 acre. This is practically a 10 acre. They're asking 135,000. Remember the one that we saw, the one that we were taking a look at, that was 16,000. So let's divide 135,000 by 9.26, and that we'll know what they're asking per acre.
Almost 12,000, no?
Okay.
Let me divide it. Hold on a second. 135 divided by 9.26. 14,005.
Okay. So far, we're being told that first piece of land that we looked at, the price was too high because you can't subdivide it. With that amount of acreage, we want to look at the potential of subdividing it.
Yes.
And it was, how many acres was it?
Let me just check back on my calculator. The one we just did was 9.26 acres.
It was how many?
9.26?
9.26 acres.
Yes, 135,000 divided by 9.26.
No, I was talking about the one we looked at originally before we were starting to compare over here.
Oh, 395,000 divided by 24.79
Right,
acres.
so it was 24.7 acres, and they're asking 16,000 per acre.
16,000.
And when it comes to 24 acres, we want to be picking it up for half of the 15,000. So for it to be a good deal, we need to be picking it up for a minimum
7.
or maximum, I should say, of 7,000 per acre. That 20, because we want to be able to subdivide it and sell it for twice what you got it for. And when anytime it comes to a subdivide, your goal is to double your money. So if you're buying, if you're buying it at 15,000 per acre, you're looking to potentially sell it at 30,000 per acre.
Okay, I'm right.
That's how you make money in subdivides.
Okay. So we have to go through all of those to see which one matches the figure.
Well, what we were doing is initially I was trying to narrow it down to see if they had any 1 acre lots. So I could, if I could see what the 1 acre lots are selling for, then we would either had a closer look at it. But now we just got to look at the smaller lots and do some math to see what they're selling for. Now, what we can do is see what these are for sale. Let's see what has sold, and then that'll give us even a better idea. Because now we're looking at what they're asking, even though this one's been on the market, and this is not. Must be a trailer or something. But I'm going to click on sold. I want to see what has sold. Okay, this one basically 162,000. They basically wanted $10,000 per lot. I mean, per acre. Decent deal. But you see the difference. The larger the land, the cheaper it should be per acre.
Yeah.
So this one was 10,000 per acre. It's only 6.5 acres. Let's see. Get 7 acres, 7.65. This is probably about 9,000, 8,000 per acre.
This one is what, 25,000?
How much? I can barely hear you.
I don't know why you're not hearing me, and I turned up my speaker to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can, but I guess maybe.
Hold on. Let me try to see if I could do something with my volume under the bottom. Okay, hold on. Is that better?
A little bit. A little bit. It seemed like most of the land in this area is selling for about $10,000 per acre. The average is going to be anywhere from 10 to 15. So what it's telling me about the original property that we looked at, that guy was asking a retail price. So there's nothing, like you said, no skin in the game. This one's been on the market for 306 days. It's 78 acres. This could be one. Let's click on this one. It's been on the market for 306 days. This will be a prime.
Hold on a second. What's the figures again?
It's
It's
5.45 acres. $89,900.
Okay.
What interests me about this one, it's been on the market 306 days.
Oh, that's 16,000.
Again, that's the retail price. That's what he's asking. Right?
Yeah.
It's only 5 acres. My offer, because it's been on the market so long now, I want you to understand something. Let's look at this one. Well, I see one of the problems with this one. No road frontage. Again, you see how much land this is right here?
Yeah.
Actually, it says under contract. So this one ain't even active anymore. Somebody finally got it under contract. So we can move on. But I want to show you why this. You see this little bit of road, this road right here? This is, I mean, for 5 acres, you could build one house back there. You can. And that's what someone's going to do. They probably got it at a better price, 89,000. They're going to build one house back there because there's only enough road frontage for one car or truck to come in and out of at a time. So that one's sold. I'm just going to read some stuff here. This property is eligible under Freddie Mac First Look Incentive Initiative. Vacant flagpole shaped, 5 acres, private lot. Long driveway, perfect build site called Beaky. Yeah, but that one's under contract, which that's great. Let's scroll. I want to go back. This land was worth up to 200 over. This piece of land was worth almost $300,000 at one time, and it dropped below 100,000, and they sold it for 78,000. Been on the market for a minute though.
Yes.
It's been on the market for almost a year. or half a year. And we saw that because we saw that it had been on there. So, but then they listed it initially at 109 and sold it at 78. You know why they sold it at 78?
Because
They were willing to take a discount because it'd been on the market for so long.
so long, yeah.
And those are the kind of deals you can wholesale. If you get to them, the key to these is taking some time daily to take a look at what's in your area. What state do you live in?
Florida, I'm in Lake County.
And the thing about Florida's, I'm not saying you can't make money there, but you got to be really on point in Florida. Florida has a lot of
Problems, lakes, and
well, they have a lot of wetland and they have a lot of wildlife situations where there's turtles and owls and birds that if they're nesting on that land, it can be expensive to have them removed because you literally have to have them removed in a way that the county will allow, and it could be expensive. So have you ever thought about any other where are you from? Where you from? You born and raised in Florida?
No, I'm from Jamaica.
Jamaica, okay.
I lived here from 1987.
Okay, what I'd like for you to do, okay, let's go here. Where you brought some land to the table. Let's take a look at what you brought. Let's take a look at what you brought. Okay.
Oh, you mean what I was looking on?
Yeah, what did you
I was doing it wrong because I was looking on LandWatch. I got one of them I had one from Zillow. I should have sent you a text to ask you, but I was looking on Zillow. Should I give you the address? It's two of them were from LandWatch, and I think the one was from Zillow. And this was in Bulls Gap, Tennessee.
It was in Tennessee?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
What I'm going to need is a full address and the county or the name of the state in the county. Like you see here, Douglas County, Georgia, I'm going to need.
I didn't have the county. I just have Bulls Gap.
You have to have the county.
Okay, let me just type in the address.
You have to, and when it comes to land, you got to know what county it sits in.
Okay. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Oh. Now, how do I find this?
Let's talk. Let me help you talk you through it. Go to Zillow.com and click on it.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay. Now are you looking at my screen also?
Let me just go over to Zoom. Yes.
No, not the Zoom, but Zillow.
Zillow, sorry, yes.
Mm-hmm. In this box right there.
Uh-huh.
You said it's Tennessee?
Yes.
All right. What county?
I don't have the county.
You got to have a county.
But that's what I'm trying to find. I only have the address.
Okay. Well, what's the address? Let's see what happens.
168.
166.
168.
168.
Buzzard. Okay, hold on a second. I can't. I was gonna send it to you in the chat, but hold on a second. Let me put it in the chat. 168. Oh boy. I thought it was on caps. 1 second. BUZZARD rules.
Just spell it out for me so I can type it in. So I don't want to have to change.
168. Buzzard.
Spell it.
B as in boy. U.
Okay.
ZZARD. Buzzard.
No, you can't spell it that fast. BU.
ZZ.
BZ.
BU
BU
ZZ
ZZ
ARD
ART
D as in dog.
ARD.
Yes.
Buzzard Roost.
Road.
Buzzard Roost Road.
Yes.
Bulls Gap, Tennessee.
Yes.
Okay, I'm clicking on that.
I'm not sure if it's Hawkins County. I don't know.
Okay, so let's take a look at what you chose, and I want to ask why.
Did you find
29
it?
acres. Okay, that's Tennessee is one of those areas where I told you that it's easy to do subdivides.
Yeah.
They got 29 acres, 250. This one so far looks like it's decent. What did you have when you did the math? 250 divided by 29.08.
I didn't even do the math yet. Wait, let me divide it.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'll be looking at pictures while you get ready. The price seems decent. Somebody's living out there on their camper trailer, got their four-wheeler, go out and go fishing in the mornings.
Oh, it's 250. Oh
I'm
Lord.
looking for road frontage.
Divided by 29. This, oh, I put plus. Oh God, sorry, it's divide.
Not very good pictures. I mean, he should have used some drone footage so we can see over the top of it and see where
8,500 per acre.
8,000 per acre.
8,500.
Mm-hmm.
And
How long? Let's see how long it's been on the market. Let's go back to the listing. What I'm looking for. It's only been on the market for 12 days. It's got 725 views, 70 saves. So this is an area that with that many views, this one's probably going to sell fast if it is not already under contract. It says,
what county was this though?
let's see.
All right, I'm gonna do
Let's scroll down. It should name the county someplace in here.
Oh, it's a town. Hawkins County.
Okay. Yep, I just saw something. Yep, Hawkins County. There you go. Tennessee, Hawkins County, Bulls Gap. All right. Well, why did you choose this one?
Well, I was looking at Hawkins County because we were doing that the last time, and I just saw you said we should select 20 acres and we should select one with 5 acres, but I could not find 20 acres really, so I tried to choose the one closest to 20, and I did like the
Well, I
picture.
said 20 and up. It didn't have to be, I just want us to be looking at larger acreage for potential for bigger. If it takes just as it takes just as much energy to look at the small acres as it does for the large acres. So why not go for deals that you can have more options?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. This one, now the only reason I wouldn't have chose this one because it's only been on the market for 12 days.
Oh,
We want to be looking at you want to look at deals that's been on the market for a minimum of 90 days. That's where you're going to find your most motivated sellers to wholesale from and to a buyer. You want to look at stuff that's been on the market for a minimum of 90 days. So let's see how we can do that in this county, if we can do that in this county.
Hawkins County.
So I'm going to go back to for sale. and apply. Apparently there's
How many results did you get?
I don't see. Let me refresh. Not many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 results. Let me make sure I'm on land here. Just double check. I'm looking at for sale, hit apply. Go
Home
over here
time?
and look
Yeah.
at land, make sure it's land, hit apply. So this is the area where, as you can see, there's no yellow dots here. That tells us right now it's not a lot of activity. Remember, that's one of the first
Yeah.
things you're gonna look for once you get on Zillow, are the yellow dots over here. Let's see, for sale is not a lot, and sold is not a lot. There's really nothing happening in this area. And that means it's a slow area, and you're really just not interested. Now, so we've had some sell, 1, 2, 3, 4. They've had some sales, but this is kind of a
Further away?
no, not that it's further away. It's just that there's not a lot of activity. There's not a lot going on in here. We want to find areas where there's more of these yellow dots, and then you want to be on the outside of the yellow dots. Is this the only place you chose in Tennessee, Bulls Gap?
Yes, that's the only one because the other two that I chose, they were from Landwatch.
Mm-hmm. Go back to Landwatch, and let's go back to Landwatch and look at Tennessee. And what I want to do is have you find which counties in Tennessee have the highest numbers for sale and sold, like we did initially on Landwatch.
Okay, I'm in Landwatch. So when I'm searching now, how am I gonna find the counties?
The counties are going to be over on your left side. At the top of Landwatch to your left is going to be a row.
Oh, by state? What you said, by state?
Well, you already chose the state of Tennessee. But what you want to do is scroll down because you've already chosen Tennessee, correct?
I'm just putting in Tennessee now.
Yeah, put in Tennessee.
Yes, and then
you're going to scroll down and use the filters on your left.
Okay, scroll down. Okay,
Choose it as you scroll down. Each county they're going to start at the top with the county with the most for sale or most pieces of land. Can you see that?
Yes. So do I want the one with the most land?
Let's start with that. Just to be easy. We already know there's a lot of activity. Let's click on that.
That's Sevier County.
What county?
Sevier.
All right, so I'm going to put that in my Zillow, and then we're going to go out there and look, see what's going on. Spell it for me.
Sevier.
SEV like in Victor?
Yes, IER.
IER. Okay, Saraville, Tennessee.
Sevier. Sevier. So I'm going to click on it.
Yep. Saraville County, Tennessee. Let's see what's going on.
And then we have to choose undeveloped.
What? Yep.
And recreational.
Undeveloped.
And recreational.
You can, yep, recreational.
And then we have to say at the top.
Well, actually, right now, let me share something with you. Actually, you don't have to do that right now because I went on straight to Zillow. I'm in Zillow now. You're still over in Landwatch. Let's just put in Sevier County, Tennessee in the Zillow box. Let's go to Zillow. We don't need Landwatch anymore right now because I'm looking at all the yellow dots and I'm seeing lots of activity, but I'm going to show you now how we should be on the outside of these yellow dot areas.
Okay. Sevier County, Tennessee. I see a lot of red.
You see the yellow dots?
I have to change it from to
Yeah, you need to
sold.
change it from houses to land.
I have to, okay, hold on.
They've had a lot of sales in this area.
Yeah.
So
It's for sale. I have to change it to sold.
yeah, let's start with sold since I have that on my
Yeah,
screen.
there's a lot of activity in the middle.
Exactly. Now let's scroll over, make sure we're looking at when it says home type, click on home type. We want to make sure we're looking at land. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at land. So I'm gonna click on apply.
Yeah, just lots of land, and there's over 2,000 results.
Exactly. Now you're looking at for sale or sold. I'm looking at sold.
Sold.
Sold, I have 171.
Oh.
Let me check out what
But
it says for.
it is saying, but I chose home type to be lots of land.
Me too. I don't know what to tell you, but
All
all I
right,
can say is right
let me-
now, look, I'm looking at this. For sale, I hit apply and it says I got 67 results for sale. I go back and I click on, well, you know what? Let me check my filter because it may be size of land that I chose. So let's go back to,
sold I'm looking for or for sale.
I'm gonna check the size of lots because from 5 to 10 acre lots is what
I didn't do that.
No, let me finish. I want to change the lot sizes from 1 acre to 100 acres. And let's see what we got in results. Hit apply.
Okay,
We have,
where's the lots?
make sure we're looking at land.
Yes,
Apply.
and you go into more.
We're looking at for sale.
Yes,
Hit
more.
apply.
And the lot size is from 1
From 1 to 2 from 1 to 100 acres.
I just see square feet. Okay, no, I see lot size. Okay. 1 to 100 acres. Apply. At 981 results.
How many do you have?
981.
Okay, you got a whole lot more. I got 327. I don't know why.
I think maybe I signed in, maybe I have a Zillow account. But it's telling me 18, no, save homes, no. Oh, it's showing homes, but it's not homes.
No, it should be land. That's go to, you see this filter right here? Can you see my screen?
It's land. It is
Okay.
land.
All right, let's try this together because I'm going to click on for sale and I'll make sure I got for sale and I'll click on apply.
Okay, let me go back out. Zillow. And then we put the county, Sevier County. And you said I'm to say for sale.
Yep.
Oh, I had sold. So I get the red dots.
If you clicked on for sale, yeah, you should have the red dots.
And I get 325 results.
Okay, and I got 327, so we're not far apart. Now, let's do this. Let's scroll down. These are for sale. We just want to scroll down real quick. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this one yet because these are for sale. We want to get to the sold ones because that's what the real numbers are. These is just what people are asking. That don't mean this is what they're going to get for them.
Yeah.
When you see price cut $500, price cut $35,000. That's a motivated seller. Price cut $5,000. Only been on the market 1 day. When they start dropping the prices, they're starting to become more motivated.
Yeah.
As you can see, these are smaller lots. This one is 68,000. I mean 68 acres, and they're asking $50,000. They dropped the price 50 grand. That's a pretty dramatic drop in price. Let's see how long this one's been on the market. I'm gonna click on it. You see my screen?
Hold on. Okay. Yes, I see your
Okay,
screen.
let's click on this one. You click on it also. I want to see how long it's been on the market. They dropped the price 50 grand. I want to know why.
Oh, 600,000 divided by what? 501 days on Zillow. I have to go back to find that one.
This one it's been on the market 500 and some days. It's had 460 views. So that's basically 2 views a day. Or so, no, not. So the viewership is not, for as long as it's been on the market, the viewer participation is nothing to get excited about. So let's take a look at these 45 pictures. Let's see what this land looks like. See if they're trying to really sell it.
Okay.
Got a creek. See how sloped that is?
Yes.
Probably this land's probably best for hunters. Although with 69 acres, you would think they could build some houses on it somewhere. But this is the one we would, let's do some math. Divide 599 900 by 68.48. Let's see what they're asking per acre.
69.48. 8,621.
Okay. So now my goal would be, can I buy this almost 70 acres of land at 8,000 per acre and sell it and subdivide it and sell it to some hunters or fishermen, to people who just want to come out and ride their 4-wheelers? Can I sell it to them at 16,000 per acre? So what I would want to do most likely is see how many acres can I get out of this. Let's say 70 acres. So I want to get, say, 10
acres.
10-acre lots. So the way we find that out, let me make a note. The way we find that out, I just want to make a note of this is 7 10-acre lots. Now we want to find out what land is selling for per acre in this area. So now we're going to go back and go down and look at the smaller acreage. We know this is practically 70. To be safe, I'd rather round down than round up. Because I don't want my math to be off on that side. So let's just say 69 acres instead of 70 acres. So let's divide it again. 59,900 divided by 69 acres. Let's leave off the 48. I'd rather be lower than higher and have my numbers off.
8,681.
8,681 per acre.
Yes.
Okay. Our game plan here is to find, let's go back now. We're going to go back and find, go back to the listings. By the way, what we did not do is check for road frontage, but let's just do the math. Let's just see what we can find for acres on this one. Because that was a mistake we made. We didn't look for road frontage. So if this does not have road frontage, it's beating a dead horse. But let's look anyway. So let's
Oh,
see.
okay, I am on Zillow. I found it. All
I'm gonna
right,
see.
so I should read in the description or just look on the pictures.
I couldn't hear you, really. So I'm gonna click on sold, and then I'm gonna go over to making sure I'm on land again. I got land applied. Now we're gonna go over here to more. We're gonna set our filters now. We want to see what the smaller acreages are selling for. Can we buy this land at 8,000 per acre and sell it for 16,000 per acre? So let's scroll down. Let's see what 1 to 5 acres is selling for in this area. Hit apply. And you got 879 have sold. Now, okay. As you can see, we might have well, this one don't look like it has any, it's sold. It doesn't look like it has any road frontage at all. I want to look at stuff that's with road frontage. I don't want to waste time. We may have something here because I had to go back and look at the exact zip codes because
Which
I
one?
did not do that
The
either.
one I have the zip code. The one with the 599,000.
Yeah,
Zip code is 37862.
37862.
Yes.
All right. So what we want to do is look at ones with in the same zip code. So let's look for some more 37862. Here we go. Here's one. 37862, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna click on this one. It's sold. This one was 2.17 acres and it sold for 160 grand. Do the math on that. That's probably what's
How much?
hold on. It's 2.17 acres. But it's 160. It's for sale. It's sold at $160,000. $160,000 somebody paid for 2.16 acres. 2.17 acres.
It's 73,000 per acre.
There you go. So looking at this tells me that we could potentially sell, and it's just the first comp that we're looking at, but because it's in the same zip code, it looks good. If you can buy that land, if we can get that land under contract at, I think it was 8,000 per acre, 8.618,
Yes.
and we can have it subdivided down to 10 lots. Was it 10 7-acre lots? Yeah, 10 7-acre lots.
7 10-acre lots, yes.
7 10-acre lots, and could sell it at what we have here, 75,000 per acre.
73.
73,000. So 73,000 times 10 is what?
730. No, remember it's 7 lots.
Yep. 7 10-acre lots. We're gonna break it down to 7 10 acre.
So
But again, if we broke it down to 7 10-acre lots,
73,000
and we sold them at 73,000 each, but because we getting them under contract at 8,000 each.
Oh.
There you go. You see the profit margin.
So that would be 511. Our profit would be, let me go again. Okay, the total price was 599,000. If we sell 69 acres times 73,000, 5.37 million.
There you go. That's how you do these types of subdivides. So what I'm gonna tell you, if I was you, what I would do tomorrow, let's go back to, I would definitely write down the address of the property because this is one that you found. You should write down the address of the, let me finish. Write down the address of the property that the 69 acres at the price that he's asking.
Yes.
Let's go back to that one. What was the address to that one? Because what I want to do now is look at road frontage.
I have the address 0. It says 0 Valley Spring Way.
Okay, we're gonna need a, okay, let's see.
1 second.
This is your game plan for this one. You
Let me
need to
take,
find that property again.
yes, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm taking a picture with my phone of the address.
And then we need to see how much road frontage it has. Because that was something we didn't check, remember? If it's got good road frontage, that's a heck of a deal.
Okay, 1 second. SEVEIERVILLE, Tennessee 37862. So I should call them?
Yep,
Okay,
yep. Because you want to get in touch with the real estate agent. And but what we need to do first is look at the road frontage. That's why I need the address. Tell me that address of the one.
it said 0 Valley Springs Way.
That don't help me. We need a wow, damn. Man, I hated that we did I moved too fast because
Seviersville, Tennessee. I can read the description. Do you want me to read it?
no, I need to know how much land. I need to know how much road frontage it has.
Okay, let me just read and see if I find out anything. We can't find out like this.
Yeah, read the description over on it should be on the left side. It may say how much road frontage it has.
Oh, it says features gentle slope in level mountainous.
Yeah, I remember that from the pictures. I just want to know how much road frontage.
Okay, let me read the description. 70 acres mountain retreat tucked away just off Wears Valley Road. Vacation home. Zoned A1. What's A1? Agricultural?
Yes.
Shagbar. Nature lovers. Direct access to the Hedrick Top hiking trail and the soothing sounds of Valley Branch, a picturesque stream that meanders. There's a stream that goes through the property.
That's okay. It's 69 acres, so that's fine. That's no problem.
Wander deeper into this untouched landscape and discover what the owner describes as seasonal waterfall, a feature tucked among the trees. Wildlife, stunning mountain views, and a peaceful atmosphere make this a rare find in the Smokies. This is more than just land. It's an opportunity to create your mountain dream. Now, I didn't see anything about any frontage.
Right. I'm gonna go back to I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to how I had my original setup, which was 1 to 100 acres. And maybe I can pull it back up and because what I want to do is look at the pictures and see.
I can send you the link on your messenger. Do you want me to do that?
You can, but I think I'm gonna have it here in a second because I just went back to looking at from 1 to 100 acres. It should show up here in a second.
So why did they put 0 Valley Springs Way? They don't have a number?
Okay, I'm looking at it now. So I'm going to click on it. Yeah, that's why you need the parcel ID number when it comes to land. But now I'm going to look at the pictures and see what we see with road frontage. I'm looking at the all the pictures again. So far I don't see any road frontage, which means to me it's possibly landlocked. But I would definitely call the real estate agent tomorrow and ask him about it. Does this have any road frontage? And you're looking for county roads, county maintained roads, not private roads, not dirt roads, county maintained roads. Because I'm looking at this, and because the pictures aren't very good, they're just showing, trees where they should be getting up. There should be a drone footage or overhead shot.
Yeah.
To show you if it has access to road frontage. That's when I started getting concerned about real estate agents when they don't just literally just tell you how much road frontage does it have. You know that's very important. So I'm looking at this thinking, this is possibly landlocked. And that's why it's been on the market for 512 days.
Yes.
So, but you should call tomorrow. We're going to end this session. But you should call this real estate agent tomorrow and find more like this. But look for, this is what I was trying, this is where we started. We're looking for land and trying to figure out how to use it. And if it's landlocked, it's probably land that can't be used. And looking from this overhead view, I don't see any roads around it at all. You see this? You see what I'm looking at here?
Let me just
I
get.
don't see any roads around this land at all. But don't take it for granted. Then maybe they can tell you something different.
But there is no APN number, so how we can't know.
Yes, it is. Let me show you.
Where is it?
You see this right here?
I have a software. Maybe I can look into.
But you see what I'm. You see this?
Yes.
That's the parcel ID number. That's what you need when you don't have, when it's like zero Valley Springs Way. You need a parcel ID number, and here it is right there.
Wait a second. 0.000. Okay, 103,055.
And you have to have. And when you have that, you have to have the county also.
But couldn't I look on the county website and find out?
Yep. That's one way to do it. And if it looks like it has road frontage, I would definitely call that real estate agent, because you might have something here. And it's probably why the price they're asking for it too. That's what, because they're really only asking 8,000 per lot, and we we found out that lots in that zip code are selling for 3 times that, 4 times that.
Yes.
5 times that. So anyway, I'm going to end tonight. I'm about to go have some dinner. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Before we go, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
I'll call them tomorrow, and then I'll I'll text you if I find out something.
Well, I was about to say, depending on what time I got appointments tomorrow. I won't be available at all tomorrow. I have appointments starting at 10 a.m. Yes. But what I was about to say, I don't mind doing a conference call with me, you, and the real estate agent, so you can hear how I ask them questions. In fact, I prefer that if it's all possible. So you can, unless you're real comfortable with being on the phone and knowing what to ask, I'd kind of like to start this conversation for you. But it would have to be day after tomorrow.
That's Friday. Yes, Friday I have some space on my calendar. What, do you have a time or not?
I'm an early kind of person, somewhere between 10 a.m. and noon.
Okay.
We would get on the phone with this real estate agent and get straight to the point. How much road frontage does this land have? Do you know if it's in a wetland or flood zone? We get to those questions first, so we don't waste any more time. And if everything sounds good, you'll follow what I'm asking and find out that we may have something here. But if it doesn't have any road frontage, there's nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharon. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Have a wonderful evening. I thank you.
Thank you. Was this helpful?
Very.
All right. All right. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.